Alright guys, welcome back. So we have SMCI popping aftermarket close to $29 levels. And again, I don't know where it's going to open, but we have talked about this name possibly squeezing 100% from these $17 levels. And we were talking about the levels of 50-day moving average, possibly like 35, 38. If we see these guys basically get granted by Nasdaq additional time to file their 10Q, 10K. So this is the SEC form that just got dropped very recently, like an hour ago or so, where they hired BDO USA, which is another accounting firm. There's a lot of speculation online. Yes, I know this is not the best. Everybody was expecting them to hire or work with. But anyhow, the fact is they're going to be working with this accounting firm. And basically, they're asking for Nasdaq to extend. So initial grace period, like 60 days, right, to file, to get compliant with the exchange, which is Nasdaq. That's where they're listed. But they can ask for 180 days. So that's what they're going to do by submitting the plan. So if they submit the plan and Nasdaq is like, okay, we'll give you 180 days, which already includes the 60 days that have already passed. So if the due date was, I think, August, so September, October, November is gone. So now they have time December, January, February. So by the end of the February, they have to file 10K, which is their annual. What about 10Q? I'm not sure, which is quarterly. I don't know how much time they're going to get. But that's the thing. So if their plan will get accepted by Nasdaq, which, I mean, of course, I think they will get accepted, you got to be careful. Again, I just told you guys that this stock has very expensive implied volatility, which dropped pretty quite a bit. But again, it's still elevated. So now what the next big headline will be baked into this stock? So the next one would be very soon, 2 days from now. We have Nvidia's report earnings, okay? And then we have, we're going to hear if Nasdaq grants them that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to say, okay. And they will have time till end of February to be compliant with Nasdaq. But my game plan about trading the stock. So if I see the stock with a very large gap and squeeze, this is the area I would be looking to short. Again, I'm not going to be immediately looking to short it. I want to see this name to push, whether it's to 30, 35. I was watching 27.50 here as a resistance. It did hit it on a 5-minute or so, 10-minute. We did hover around it for quite a bit, but we're breaking out. So, but if we go up there, there's a lot of back holders will try to take a profit. There's no doubt that this was a fraud, but again, they will, just like I said, they will kick the can down the road as much as they can, because the risk is everybody else, every chip maker out there. So that's why you have to be careful trading premium. So my upside potential still remains the same, 100% from 17, which is 34, 35. Can it go all the way to $40? Possible. Again, it has crazy shorts. We can take a look at daily what people were playing. Just purely have an idea what was the like daily short volume for this name. It was pretty high, actually. You can see 55% of the flow, and even today on 18, 60%. A lot of shorts got caught actually today as well. They get trapped. So you got to be careful. And also, if you take a look at the option activity, I was just going through the put to call ratio. There's a lot of calls traded. There's a lot of puts traded. And if you take a look at the calls and puts and trading bid and ask, there's a lot of puts that traded at the bid, which means a lot of puts were sold meaning they're looking to collect the premium. They think that the stock is not going to flush down much. Maybe that's why they sold all of these outside. If you look at the put volume, 50% of the put volume was very far outside of the money, 0 to 20 delta, which is very far outside of the money to collect premium. And if you take a look at the calls, I mean, most of the calls are in this 0 to all the way to 60 even, okay? So these could be as well. I mean, selling the calls, maybe even buying the calls, because I didn't dive into the like individual orders because I just came across this name when I was going through the stocks and aftermarket. This was jumping, and I just quickly looked up and saw that they filed a filing. So that's my plan actually. So I'm looking at the option activity today so far. Yeah, there's actually people who were doing spreads, like buying 27 calls, selling 31 for this week as well. This is the large spread that I'm seeing. So pretty good profit tomorrow for you guy. 9,000, 9,500 contracts. That this guy basically doing a $4 spread for about 75 cents, 70 cents, and possibly if it opens around 30, above 31, this guy's gonna make pretty good money, millions of money. So that's what people were trading actually. But am I seeing very far outside of the money calls as well? There's 60 naked for next year, even if it actually it's 2027. Very good trade actually. If it's wherever it's gonna open tomorrow, I mean, these people are gonna capitalize, and I'm gonna be looking to basically this stock stall out because I will be late for the upside momentum for sure, because at this point it's gonna just chop around, and until next time they report earnings and until we hear from again, I want this Nvidia event to be over, and I want the Nasdaq to say something. If they say green light, okay, you have 180 days. I would basically let it rip and then chop around, and then I would be looking to fade whatever the move it's gonna have, because we know there's so many back holders that are willing to take a profit as soon as they see some significant move. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. So that's my game plan. And can it go all the way to 40 bucks? Yes. Can it come down back to these $20 levels and trade at these lows? Absolutely. But very careful. It's going to be trappy throughout this time for the rest of couple months. Basically, they filed at 10K. So that's the update for SMCI. So that's what's going on. See you in the next one.